Haggadah, we say, anyone who's hungry, come and eat. Anyone who's in need, come and v'yifsach, and make Pesach. And the question is, this is already after Kaddish, you already made Kiddush, you washed your hands already, you ate the karpas, you broke the middle matzah, it's already the Seder, part of the Seder. And besides, you're already sitting in your house with the doors closed and windows closed, the shades down, and now you're inviting people to come and eat? That doesn't make sense. This should have been right at the beginning of the Seder, before anything, when your door is still open, you say, okay, anybody in the street, come in. And besides, we want it's an announcement for the street, anybody outside, come inside and eat. Why is this up here in the Seder? So one explanation is that this is not about poor people now eating at your Seder. This is telling us how we are poor and we are in Golus. We're in exile. Because in the olden days, you couldn't invite anybody into your Seder once the Seder has begun. Once you started, you can't invite anybody to join you in your Korban Pesach. Because Korban Pesach has to be, you have to register the Korban Pesach. You have to have exactly how many people are going to eat from this Korban Pesach. They have to be registered, and then everybody gets together and they eat the Korban Pesach. Nowadays, since there's real no Korban Pesach, so now you can invite people anytime, in the middle of the meal, at the end of the meal, there's no problem. Since there's no sacrifice, you can invite anybody. So this is just telling us, anybody now can come and eat. What does that mean? That it's not like the real Pesach. It's not like the olden days where you couldn't invite anybody in the middle of the meal. You had to arrange for them to come earlier. Some say that this is called the tzrich and called the chvin. This talks about the poor people that are already at your table. They feel themselves a little uncomfortable. I'm in a stranger's house. He says, no, come and eat. Don't worry about it. That's a chavek. Yes. Somehow it's for the poor people at your table. Another interpretation is that this is how we want to set the Seder, which means to say we took care of it already before Pesach. That anybody who needed got themselves 4 cups of wine, got themselves some matzahs, and we all know about the campaign of Mois Friedman, where you have to give money for people to have wheat. As it says in Shulchan Aruch, even the poorest of all poor have to make sure that he has 4 cups of wine. So therefore, what we're saying over here is that this is how we came to the Seder, that we already took care of. Kol dichvin, we took care of that anybody who needs a Seder should already have a Seder. Anybody who needs 4 cups of wine should already have a Seder. And that's the way you open up the Seder, to say that we're open to everybody, we helped as much as we could, and we made sure that every Jewish person has a Seder and food for Pesach.
Torah.